does. Well, I'm here to introduce our opening comedian. I'm very excited to introduce him. He's been all around the circuit. I saw him a couple weeks ago. I thoroughly enjoyed his set, so of course I asked him to come open for us. You might not recognize him, but you will soon, especially after he comes out here. His name is Shawn Putnam, and let's give him a warm hand. Come on, let's do it.
How's everybody doing tonight? Woo! Gotta apologize right out the gate if I seem like I'm a little out of sorts tonight. I'm going through some pretty serious family issues right now. My mom unfriended me on Facebook today. We have some Facebook users in the audience tonight. Cool, could you guys all do me a favor? Could you all friend me so I can show that bitch I don't need her? It's weird being Facebook friends with your parents, because for example, I remember when I was younger and my parents would always get on me because I would ignore my homework to play video games. And now my mom sits at work all day and plays fucking Farmville. Like, don't you have a house payment due? But I can't be too hard on my parents though, because they're, well, my landlords and my roommates. Yeah, I'm one of those people who moved out of their parents' house like a badass and then moved back in 3 years later because the real world is hard. But, you know, I've always been pretty bad with money, so it's kind of my fault I'm in a bad situation. You know, I got a shitty job, I don't even have a car, I ride a bike everywhere. But it's not all my fault, you know, the economy dropped out on all of us. And I like to think of myself as pretty well informed, so I've been watching the news trying to see what's what about the economy. And it's all this like fear mongering. It's like war on the middle class. Social Security is bankrupt. For the first time in generations, parents will enjoy a lower standard of living than their children. My God. Or higher, whatever. But I heard all that and I was like, wow, my parents kind of owe me an apology. So I went to visit my dad, showed him all the videos I'd been watching, and I was like, well, Dad, you got something you want to say to me? He was like, aha, sucker. But it's not all bad though. I do have some education. I got me an AA degree. World's my fucking oyster, isn't it? I may never be a scientist or an astronaut, but if you ever need a Taco Bell assistant managed, yo! So, let's see, I talked about my shitty job, living with my parents, no car. I don't mean to brag, but I think someone's getting laid tonight. Huh? How about it, ladies? Climb up on my handlebars? Take you around the world? Or, you know, the block. It's a bicycle, it's not a fucking hot air balloon. But, so, you know, moving with my parents, it's got its good and its bad. One of the bads is I gotta stop smoking weed. You know, they didn't want it in the house, and I didn't want to sleep under a park bench, so we reached a compromise, you know. But, and it's okay, because I'm not anti-marijuana in any way, but it's one of those things that just makes you read into shit way too much. You know that song by Katy Perry, California Girls? And it has that lyric in there, California girls are so hot, they'll melt your popsicle. Well, I was smoking weed and watching that song one time, and, you know, I'm a man of the world. I know what she really means when she says melt your popsicle. The problem is that I think that she's hoping that I don't follow her too far down the lyrical rabbit hole, because the only other meaning I can think of for melt your popsicle is deflate your boner. And it leads me to believe that Katy Perry just looks terrible naked, like unsightly body hair and scars, freaky Total Recall Kuato baby growing out of her stomach. Start the reactor! So I smoke a little bit more weed, because that's exactly what needs to happen in my thought process right at that moment. And then I get to thinking, like, what if she's not being metaphorical? What if she literally means melt? And then I got to thinking how bad your syphilis infection has to be when sex with you is like fucking a jug of swimming pool cleaner. I'd have sex with Katy Perry. I always say that after I tell this joke too, like on the off chance she's in the audience. I don't want to burn any bridges. But actually, Actually, have you guys heard though about the whole Katy Perry Sesame Street thing that was in the news like 2 weeks ago? If you guys didn't hear, it was Katy Perry did like a duet with Elmo, but she showed up on set dressed like a prostitute, basically, cleavage hanging out. And a lot of parents groups got upset, and here's the thing, I don't blame Katy Perry for that, she's young, she's living life all fancy-free and whimsical. She's getting married to Russell Brand. And you know who I really blame for that though? I blame the Sesame Street producers, because right off camera, there were like 2 guys just... She should maybe put on a sweater. The other one's like, "You're fired, Gary." Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about dying lately. Mainly what happens after you die. Because whatever else happens, I just really hope that I don't come back as a ghost. Because, ghosts, you always see them, they always do whatever it was they did a lot in life. Like, you see an old lady ghost rocking in a rocking chair, or like going up and down flights of stairs. And it worries me because I like to walk around the house while I masturbate. And I think that would be embarrassing to have to do that on a loop for eternity. So, and it's stressful because now I spend all this time trying to outthink future ghost hunters. So, what I do now is I wear a fake beard and a stovepipe hat in the hopes that like years from now, ghost hunters and this is the home of the mysterious stroking Lincoln Phantom. But, so we got a lot of ladies in the audience tonight, that's nice. I feel like I should warn anyone who's planning on taking me home. I'm into some weird shit in the bedroom, I'm not gonna lie. See, I like lingerie and high heels and stuff like that, and that's not that out there, but I also like, dish gloves and a cape, because, and here, don't get me wrong, she can wear whatever she wants, that's not the issue, but when I have sex, I like to feel like a, sexy, gender-confused superhero. Helps me finish. But, I'm just kidding. I'm pretty straight-laced in the bedroom, I'm not gonna lie. But one of the things that does mess me up is I always get worried sleeping with someone, not like sex, but actually sleeping alongside them, because I'm never sure how soon is too soon to fart on someone while they're sleeping. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean like creep into the room, crouch over them, wait till they get a good inhale and just... No, I'm not a monster. I say that for my roommates. But, and I actually found out one time, as it happens, the first time you sleep next to someone, too soon. And not because she was mad, no, it was worse. She took it as a challenge. Swear to God, back and forth all night long. Windows all fogged up.
Oh gosh.
Every dog in the neighborhood barking its head off. I woke up the next morning, I looked at my thigh, it was like it had been rotisserie cooked. It was disgusting. Is that gross? Is that a gross joke? I'll nix my diarrhea a bit then. Alright, I'm almost done. I got one last thing. This is just like more a joke. You could tell this joke to your friends. I actually heard it from a friend of mine, but it's pretty good. I want to retell it here. You guys like blonde jokes? Alrighty, so there's this blonde. She's hard up for money, right? And after watching the movie Ransom, she gets the idea to try kidnapping. So what she does, she goes to a playground. She stakes out one of the kids, and as soon as the parent's not looking, she snatches him up, takes him home. She writes out a note, leave $10,000 in unmarked bills under the slide at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. She takes the note, she pins it to the kid's shirt, sends him home, says, you give that to your parents. That's not the joke. The next night, she goes to the playground. She looks under the slide, there's a duffel bag there. She opens it up, $10,000 in unmarked bills. And there's a note. And the note says, how could you do this to another blonde? You guys ready for some sketch comedy tonight? Yeah. Alrighty. My name's Shawn Putnam. Thank you very much.